Hey guys, it's Mia Redrick here. I'm so excited. I am so excited. I wanted to come on here tonight and just talk to you guys, find out what's going on in your world, what's going on out here in the community, and so that I can connect with you guys. Now, you already know I am a night owl, right? So we all understand this, okay? And I'm so excited about that. This has been one of those weeks that has been incredibly busy, incredibly celebratory. My birthday was on Monday. Valentine's Day was on Wednesday. I don't really need to say much more than that. And I have had just the greatest time really reflecting. I said I'm going to give myself 50 days and 50 gifts to celebrate this, this milestone in my life, being 50 years old and or 50 years young, depending on how you want to look at it. And absolutely. Hey, Kathy, good to see you. I'm so excited about that, and I'm so proud about it. And I hope that wherever you are and whatever it is that you're celebrating, that you play full out for yourself as well. And I hope that over the next 50 days that I'm able to share with you just small insights in terms of how I like to celebrate myself and my milestones over the years. The fact of the matter is, when we don't do things well, we are quick to say what we don't do well. When we do things exceptionally well, or when we show up for ourselves, and when we play out, we play like a giant, or we show up big and strong. Sometimes we feel like we're being braggadocious in order to own our gifts. And I want you to understand that you have to do that. All right. So in addition to being able to make those shifts and those tweaks and see those things, when you are crushing it in your life, you need to own that too in your world. And it's so great to be in a community where you have the opportunity to do exactly that. And I wanted to make sure that I talk about that, because we don't always talk about it. And sometimes I will tell you this, that you know how people say that it's lonely at the top. I don't think that it's lonely at the top. I think actually what happens is that people can't relate. Okay. So I don't know that it's lonely at the top. I think that you have to work harder at elevating your level and above with people who can relate to where you are. Hey there, darling. Let me tell you what I mean. So let's think about where you are right now in your business. And then let's fast forward 1 year, like 1 year out, right? And let's say you grow your business 400% or whatever it looks like, right? So you go from making, let's say, $100,000 a year to now you're making $500,000 a year. And let's say you're doing that and you're working 40 hours a year, like delivering services. The reality is that most people cannot relate to that. There are lots of people out there who are great people, who are successful entrepreneurs, who likely are making $500,000. They might be making significant income, right? However, they are working 40 to 70 hours a week or more to do that. I hope you guys are hearing me on this, okay? So one of the things that I think is so important, and I encourage you guys within this community to make sure you have deep connections with one another, because, you might not be there the first year. Maybe the first year you hit six figures, $100,000. That second year you hit $250,000, because sometimes that first year is where you're kind of figuring out what you want to offer the world and all that kind of stuff, right? The second year you start to get it, and then you start to really trust yourself more. And now you start to see more significant results, and they become more predictable for you. That third year, that formula is on fire. And one of the things you realize is you start to look around. Like if I think about the people that are in my neighborhood, great people, all professional people, wonderful people. However, the way they generate income, they work a 9 to 5. So this idea that like I'm free, I'm young, I don't work a 9 to 5, I don't work 70 hours a week, I don't work 40 hours a week, I own my time, my car can sit in front of my door if that's what I want to do all day. I can do whatever I want, right? I can work wherever I want around the world if that's what I want to do, is like something that most people can never ever relate to. And it's so powerful. And I hope that you guys treasure one another and these relationships, because this is the time where you're building these things, and and the only people that you're going to be able to relate to, I'm telling you for sure, are those people who are doing and building models very similar to what you're doing. Is this making sense? I hope you guys are getting this, right? So it's really, really precious. It's funny because sometimes when I'm talking with people in just different groups, I don't even go there, like, because I know that it's very hard to conceptualize what I'm doing, working 8 hours delivering services to my coaching clients, and obviously my sales calls are more, but working 30 hours a month, most people just flat can't even, they don't even believe it's real because they don't know it. And you guys know it. I always say to my husband, to my girlfriend, I say, you know what? God loves me, because what he showed me here is nothing like I would have ever seen in my life ever, you know, and loves you too, because you know. Awesome. So tonight I thought it would be really cool if you guys wanted to pop in, if you had any questions, anything that I could support you with. I'm happy to answer any questions that are on the floor. And I just wanted to do a pop-up event because I hadn't been on for a couple of days, primarily because I've been partying like it was 1999. That's what Prince said, right? And so 19, did he say that? 1999, I think that's what he said. And if there are any questions, I'm happy to answer any of those. I was not intending to teach on any particular topic. I will say that I wanted to challenge, hey Rochelle, I wanted to challenge you guys tonight, if you were game, as a community, for everybody to get the book. Hey there, happy Saturday. It is a happy Saturday. I wanted to challenge you guys to get the book, Think and Grow Rich. Now, I know that you've heard me talk about that book before, but Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, it's a classic. I would love it if those of you hearing this broadcast would get that book, and alongside building your business, you would start to read it, so that we as a village, giants, right, are all communicating the exact same way. The thing is a timeless piece. You know, Napoleon Hill and Dale Carnegie were very good friends and business partners. And, you know, Dale Carnegie wrote the book, what is it? How to Win Friends and Influence People, right? How to Win Friends and Influence People, a classic, like phenomenal book. And that's a great book too if you guys haven't read it. How to Win Friends and Influence People. But I mean, he's got so many really great books and training programs that have been classic. But Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich, is literally one of the best books that transformed my entire life. And if you guys have not read that book, you should read it. And it really is around this whole idea. I read it a couple times a year. And it's really around this notion of, what does it really take to become wealthy? What do you need to be thinking about? What actions do you need to take? Okay? What changes do you need to make in your beingness in order for you to be able to realize the kind of success that you envision? And it also explains why often we sabotage our success, or why people don't create the success that they want. And I think that's equally important. So I hope that as a community that you guys are game, I'm sure you are, and that you'll get that book and that you'll read it and read it over and over again. And for those of you who are in any accountability group within Core Moms, you guys could talk about it together. That's a really great book to be able to read together, so that you guys are elevating the conversation. That being said, I wanted to talk about that. For those of you who are in any of the accountability communities, you guys need to be holding one another accountable for your sales. All right, sure. The building of the products. I get it. But you need to also be holding one another accountable for the results. And this is important because it's so easy to say, great job, right? But if you're thinking really from a giant place and you're really thinking, what do the people in your world need to thrive? What do they need? And likely what they need is to be accountable around the results. For most of us, if we're entrepreneurs, you know, we're making investments anyway, we need to sell. You need to sell, and you need to have accountability and have conversations around that. And if you're in an accountability group and you're not talking about that, what about that? That's a challenge also for you guys in this community. So Are there any quick questions for me? Any questions? It could be any questions for me. You post them here. Facebook's changed the communication box here, so it's a little bit different. This is the first time I've ever seen it. So are there any questions for me? Anything that I can help you guys on, or anybody doing anything amazing that you want to share? I'm happy to talk about that also. So anybody doing anything amazing that you know would be really a blessing to people here in this community, I'm happy to talk about that as well. All right. So just post it here. I know Facebook has a little delay, so I want to give that a minute. But I just want you to know that I am super proud, like so proud. I've gotten so many emails this week. Honestly, I can't keep up of what people are doing, the bold requests you're making yourself, the changes you're making, the prices that you're charging, the value that you're delivering. You're standing in your value. And that is like the most awesome thing, in opposed to delivering a vanilla version of yourself and your gifts, right? You'll never really be able in your business to command top fees, not giving all of who you are to your clients. Listen, sow from your overflow. You know how I feel about that, right? So give from your overflow. Give people what you know they need, and not this watered down version of what you have. People already have access to information. They don't need more information. What they need to know from you is when what you're telling them is going to create a result for them, and it's going to change their lives. And if you know that, then give that to them. Even if it challenges you, it'll make you better. All right. Are there any other questions for me? You guys are here, and I see that you're here. But are there any questions for me? I'm happy to answer. I know Tamika's here, Rochelle's here, Kathy's here, and there are a couple others. I can't see your names, though. If you're here. So I would love it if you guys would chime in. If there are any questions for me, I'll stay on. If there are not any, then I'll just pop off. I'm happy to do that. I just wanted to come on tonight and see if I could be of support to anyone here in the community. And that's my only goal, right? Like, to be of support. And I think, Rochelle, you and I have already gone live, right? We've already done a live where you were on a live with me, I think, a couple of weeks ago, week and a half ago. Is that true? And if so, let me know. I think so. I think so. And Kathy, if you're still out there, okay, yeah, we did, okay. Kathy, if you're still out there and you want to play, I'm happy to do that. Or Tamika, if you're out there, I'm happy to play. So you just have to be ready. But you guys know how I feel. You have to be ready, right? If you want to come on, if you don't pop on. You did 2 webinars last week. Okay, awesome. So let's pop on real quick if you're okay with it. And we can talk about what that was like, right? Because you did a webinar for the very first time. And let's talk about what that was like. Do you want to do that? Are you game? Okay. I want to give her time to comment. All right. Because, doing a webinar is, okay, awesome. So, camera. You guys know you always need to be ready if you sign into my live streams. And I come on late at night, so you just got to be ready. Hey there, darling.
Hello.
Hey there, darling. How are you?
I'm good. How are
I'm
you?
good. I can't see you. You like your head is. There we go.
Can you see me?
Yes, I can see you. I can see.
Okay.
Perfect. So I want to thank you so much because it's impromptu, and in this community, that's just how it is. Hey, Tamika. So how was it doing that webinar?
Oh my gosh. The webinar was really good.
Okay.
I had a surprise visitor.
Huh.
Her name was Lisa. I didn't know until after it was over, but it was great. I said, "Oh, hi, Lisa. Thank you so much for joining. I'm glad to have you here." And then at the end, I went to go and add her to my list, and I was like, "Oh." But it was so good because seeing, because you were the only person who came live, having that one person there the entire time gave me, it gave me the motivation to continue, even though you didn't respond to my questions. It was okay.
So, interesting about that is
it was really good.
And you make such a great point, because if you're doing a webinar for the very first time with that live audience, it makes you do things that you wouldn't normally do if you were just there by yourself. Don't you agree? Okay.
Right.
Um, so,
Yes.
so what did
Yes.
you learn as a result of doing your very first webinar? So I have to say congratulations to you.
Thank you. So one thing that I learned was that I really do get energy from the live streaming audience, because um, I, I really enjoy face-to-face teaching, and online has been, I've just really not really been interested in doing it. And so I found that using Webinar Jam really provides the platform, and I can engage with people. That's what
Yes.
I need. So it's okay if it's live, it's not face
Yes.
to face, but they can see my face, and I can even see them if I open up that
Yes.
classroom that way. So it's not as bad as
Yes.
I thought it would be. I really enjoyed it a lot. So it gives me a lot of energy, and it allowed me to be free to be myself and to share. um, it was really good. I had some technical difficulties, but I worked through those, I think. But I'm excited, and I'm looking forward to doing them more often, like
Yes.
every week even, um, just to get familiar and to build and to engage my list. So I did have 14 people sign up for the webinars overall. So I added those people to my
That's right.
email list, which is great. And um, well, except Lisa. And except Lisa. And they all got a copy of my 25-point checklist for what to do, what to know before you're dating. So I'm really happy about that, and I'm excited. So I'm talking to people at work about it, and one of the girls she wants to do. I invited her to my live stream. A couple of young women there, 27-year-old professionals, and I invited them to the webinar. And she said, I want to do a Rochelle's Corner, and I'll set it up, and we can put it on YouTube and videotape it, and just have us come over. We can just have girl talk. And I said, I was thinking about something like Aunt
Yes.
Shell, something like that, but I couldn't figure out what to do. And she said, I'm all over that. And I was like, this is awesome. I think she's a
Isn't
producer.
that
So
so?
she's gonna
So,
set it up.
so isn't it
That's
interesting to me? Whenever you show up in your world, that's why you have to overcome yourself, right? That's why you have to overcome fear, because
Yeah.
then when you reach out and stand as tall as you can, all these other things start to happen and come to you because you showed up and said, I'm ready to receive these things. And I
Right.
think that is so cool. And I'm so proud of you. You didn't do one webinar, you did two webinars in a week. And this is all new to
Yeah.
you, which is amazing. And we all, I mean, so I just say congratulations to you. And that's where it starts. And
Thank
let's
you.
be clear that you had technical difficulties. Well, it's impossible to do a webinar for the very first time. You know what I mean? And you've never done it before on that platform. And
Yeah.
everything go
Yeah.
exactly perfectly, right? And so that
Yeah.
is so important to understand, as well, because I think so
Mm-hmm.
often we think, oh, something didn't work. I remember my very first webinar, I was talking, I think I might have been on mute. I'm not real sure what was happening exactly, but they could
Yeah.
hear me and
Yeah.
I could see them, and I'm like, oh my gosh. But you know what, I decided I was going to be resilient, I was going to overcome myself, and I'm going to figure this thing out. And you're figuring it out,
Yeah.
and as an entrepreneur, that's what you have to do. You have to be about that, right? Figuring it out.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
what was, did you congratulate yourself this week?
Um, I did congratulate myself last week, because I had them scheduled back to back. I didn't know. So Sunday I didn't. Sunday I was in Cincinnati, and I was feeling. I don't really know what I was dealing with, but I've been dealing with my emotions. I've been thinking a lot about emotional management, because you have to manage what you feel. You feel what you do, but you've got to manage it. And I didn't even feel like doing that second
Mm-hmm.
webinar. And it was better than the first one, because I didn't feel like it. I just, and I felt so good about having done that, especially the second one, because I didn't have the energy for whatever I was feeling or dealing with.
Yeah.
I didn't want to. but I pressed through and it was great. I mean, I felt good. It gave me energy. And I'm like, I need to do
Yeah.
this often because it
Yeah.
gives me life, you
Mhm.
know, and I felt so alive. I really did. And I missed that because I haven't been in the classroom in over a year. And I missed that, but I know I need that in my life.
That's
I need that in my
right.
life. So it was really good. And um, I was prepared. I had my notes and my PowerPoint, and I was ready to go. Had a lot of extras, and it was under an hour. So I think that was good.
You did amazing. And I'm
So
so proud of you. And that's the
thank you.
process. I mean, the only way
Thank
you're going to know
you.
if your funnel works is you got to work the funnel. And that's that. You can't work
Right.
the funnel. It can't be an intellectual exercise. You can't have a product that you're trying to
Right.
sell and it's only on paper. Okay. You've got to put that
Yeah.
product out
Right.
there and you got to practice it. And at the end of the day, it's all about mastery. Now, I did ask at the beginning, I don't know if you were on the broadcast at the beginning, but I am inviting every single person here in our community to read the book with me again, Think and Grow
Oh.
Rich. And I hope that you will take me up on it.
Hmm.
It's such an amazing book, and it really is what you need to be
Yeah.
thinking in order for you to realize your goals. It's a classic, amazing, amazing book. I think over 100 million copies have been sold of that book, but it really is
Yeah.
the foundation by which you know what you're doing, right? He talks about mastery in that. Mastery is overcoming yourself
Hmm.
and making the decision that no
Yeah.
matter what, I am going to see this thing through to create the results I want. And I think so many of us never think about it
Yeah.
that way. We think that success needs to be overnight, and it's not. And the fact of the matter is, but it
Right.
can be, right? But you have to master your stuff. You got to figure out,
Hmm.
okay, hit this button, not that
Right.
button, right? And I'm gonna do this, right? And I
Hmm.
and envisioning for yourself how many people are going to be on here. I'm going to be ready for them, right? And so
Yeah.
that's it. I remember seeing something about Tony Robbins talking about he was doing speaking events and nobody was coming, right? It's hard to imagine that, right? Because people
Hmm.
walking on fire doing all these
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he said he was doing an event and no one was coming, like for years. And then he did this one event and he was
Mm.
driving into the event. Was in a taxi and he said to the guy, like, what's going on? And he said, the guy's like, yeah, this is guy named Tony Robbins coming. And that was the first event he ever had that sold out, and he
Mhm.
never looked back. So never despise
Yeah.
small beginnings, and that means one
Small
person,
beginnings.
2 people, 15 people, 20 people, 100 people, because we all start exactly that way, and that it's all about
Yeah.
showing up, right, and learning what tweaks you need to
Yeah.
make in your business. So, do you have any
Yeah.
any parting words for anyone? Any advice that you would say? What did you learn about yourself this week?
Oh gosh. Um, I learned and I think I've maybe known this before, but I have more courage than I thought I
Mm-hmm.
did. And because I have spent a lot of time in my
Yes.
head. Um, but I have this amazing coach that she's calling me out, and she has been for the last 8 months at least. And I'm courageous, and I proved that to myself this week, putting myself out there on social media. I mean, I posted the live on Facebook. So, I mean, I have no idea who watches, but I have people who inbox me and say, I saw your live. Can you inbox my daughter? She's 21
Mm-hmm.
years old. She's struggling. Like, and so I know people are watching, and people will be able to receive. And that's really what
Yes.
it's about for me. It's being able to be that woman of influence and impact people's lives and make transformation. So, I it feels
Yes.
good. It really does. And I mean, I'm just getting started like this, but it feels great. So I'm excited. I'm
You're
in it to
gonna
win
win
it.
it. You're winning right now.
So
So I'm so proud of
thank you
you. I
so
do want to
much.
tell you a
Yes.
couple of the highlights. That Rixie says that you conquered your fears. You did it. And I just want to say that
Thank you.
that's always so encouraging to hear. And you saw all the hearts and things like that because you are a giant always because you're always willing to step forward because no one ever knows when I'm coming on anyway. And I appreciate you for having the courage, the boldness, but that practice for you is good, right? Because that's what live is, right? It's being able to show up,
Yeah.
being ready, staying ready, and all
Yeah, I'm
that,
shot.
and that's what we do, right? That's what we do in the community. And
Yeah.
And then someone just wrote just now, Kathy wrote, rock your courage, Rochelle. High yellow glow.
Hi, Yellow Glow. Hey, hey.
And to Wanda Brown writes, woman of influence and impact. Good job. So, you're getting
Thank you
love
so
from the
much.
community, as
Thank
you
you
can
so
see. So
much.
I want to thank you for your
Thank
time. I appreciate you. I
you.
love you
Thank you
and
so
I'm
much.
proud of you.
I love you too. And I'm gonna get the book. I might have it, but I'll get that book.
Awesome.
So
Love you. Bye.
thank you. All right. Bye.
Isn't that awesome or isn't that awesome? I am so excited. I wanna Kathy, are you able to pop on? I don't know if Kathy can pop on and play. If you guys can play for a second, I would love to bring somebody else on because I get so much, and we all get so much from hearing from you and finding out exactly what you're able to do each and every week to accomplish your goals. Because it's not just about putting that vision on tablets, it's about putting that vision on tablets and working that vision. And you guys are out there working the vision. Kathy, you ready? Okay, perfect. I'm going to bring Kathy on. Okay. Kathy, I can't bring you on. I'm trying to. I think you have to hit something, and I'm not really sure what it is. Can you, all right, let's see. Anybody know what Kathy needs to hit in order for her to come on? Because I'm not seeing a button that's allowing me to bring you on. Okay. How do you pop on? Kathy, do you see something that will allow you? Okay, perfect. Yes. Okay. Kathy wants to be on video. How do I pop on? I just saw that. There we go. Here we go. We're getting better at it. We're getting better at it. Okay, perfect. Hey there, Kathy.
Hi, darling. Hi, ladies.
So I'm so excited because you wrote here that you why don't you tell everyone what you did?
I got my trademark.
Isn't
Yay!
that awesome?
For my Friendly's product.
Awesome.
Yes.
This is beautiful.
Oh my God.
This is beautiful. And I have to say that I have so much admiration for you because you're consistent, you're persistent, you implement, and you are, and isn't she amazing? Right? Like Kathy is amazing. And I'm so proud of you. And so what did it mean to you? Like, so you spoke with the attorney, so you're doing business properly. So you spoke with the attorneys and then you
Yes.
just found out that
I spoke to the attorneys, and ladies, here's the steps. Get your trademark attorney, and you have to go through an application process, and then you have to put down your deposit. And what the attorneys will do is actually do the search of the words for your product line.
yes.
And then, like, my search was 35 pages long.
Yes.
And because the product is friend and then leaves. So, friend is just, as they call it, diluted. And but leaves, but either way you look at it, it's happening. It has already happened.
Yeah.
But it'll take me around about 9 to 10 months to actually get my certificate. But I get to put the TM on my products now.
Yes.
So I'm very, very excited. And let me tell you what that did for me, Mia. I was able, once I got the okay, I was able to look at even my social postings and those beautiful pictures that I take,
Yes.
and to be able to create just friend leaves online messaging.
Mm-hmm.
So now that I have the trademark, I'm stepping into it. So no longer will my just social post would be just, okay, here's a pretty picture
Mm-hmm.
of a flower, but more like branding my Friend Leaves brand
Yes.
in a social post.
Yes. And what's really cool, why don't you tell the people that are listening, and I didn't do this with Rochelle, I should have done this as well. Tell them who you are, what you do, and who you serve, just so that people who are watching the repost of this will know.
Okay, my name is Kathy Allen, and I am the Green Ambassador, Maryland's top urban environmentalist, environmental educator, and master gardener, University of Maryland. I teach companies that care for seniors and people living with chronic diseases and the public about the power of plants.
Beautiful. Awesome.
Thank you.
So I love it. Kathy is talking with power. Tawana writes, and then she wrote also congratulations, and Rochelle wrote awesome congratulations, and
Thank you,
Richie
ladies.
wrote hello, darling, of course.
Darling. Hi, ladies. Thank you for your support, your love, and your energy. Giant energy. It just tingles.
Yes.
I can feel it, and I feel you ladies wholeheartedly, and I know you feel me.
Yes.
Thank you.
So what does it mean to you to be in a community of giants? Like, what does that mean to you?
I finally found my tribe. Oh my gosh. I was always that person that felt awkward because of how I thought and my whole thought process, stepping out of the box, doing things just totally out of the box, and standing and saying, I'm an entrepreneur. And I remember going to, I have my certificate business college for entrepreneurship, and saying, I am an entrepreneur. I am not meant to work. I don't want to work. I just want to give my purpose to the world, make it all automated and be easy breezy. I don't want to work. That doesn't make sense to me. And to be in a community of women that we don't work, we implement, and we step into what we are here to do, and just love on who we are. So it's welcoming, it's loving in this community, it's sisterhood, and we do have some men in the group. Thank you, Redrick. and the one guy.
Yes, that's right.
And it's empowering. And when you ladies do come on your live feed, sometimes I get the opportunity to just even not watch you, but put you in my pocket, my robe pocket, so I can walk around and listen to you and get inspired while I'm making coffee, dinner, or what have you. So thank you for the programming.
Awesome. I agree with you. I think it's so important to be with people your own ambition level and above. I think that if you are a person that's out of the box, and I was talking about this tonight, at the beginning, I said, look, the reality is, like, when you start your business and you have a concept for growth for your business, and let's say you start and initially, you're making $100,000 or whatever that is. And then you go from that, like coaching, consulting, you can leap pretty quickly. Like, you can go from like $100,000 to $500,000. You can go from $500,000 to $1.5 million. And you can do that. And it's not really like it has to take a year to do that, because your value is based on the results that you provide, and you get to decide. I don't know any other business where you get to decide what the value is of what you're bringing to the table. But let's put it this way. The fact of the matter is, very few people can relate to that. And that's why it's so important. What we have is so precious, because most people cannot relate to a person working 30 hours or 20 hours a month making $1 million. Like, they can't, like, it doesn't make sense. It actually doesn't even seem real. But what is so great about each and every one of you guys is that growing your businesses together, you'll have that community of people, of giants, that's how you do business. And it's not a pie in the sky thing. It's a real thing. and it's really interesting to me. I love what I get to do. And I'll share a quick story with you, Kathy. One of my good friends, she said she was going to go. She's a coach too, and she does very well. And she said she was going to go and meet the moms in her local play group, right? And she's like, "Yeah, because I need some local friends." That's what she said. I said, "Good luck," right? She said. So, so she said she's like showing up, and one of the moms is talking about how she's using her house as an Airbnb to generate income, and another like, and so meanwhile, this she does exceptionally well. She had a significant year, pretty close to $1 million. She works really somewhere between 20 hours or 40 hours a month. That whole model, it's a completely different mindset, and you're looking for a village of people that really get that. You guys are very fortunate to have that. And Rochelle writes, "Just breathe, not work." Tawana writes, "Yes, Rixie Thomas." Oh yeah, I am smiling, Rixie, really big, because I'm really proud of you guys. And so Kathy, what would you say? What is one piece of advice that you would give people who are watching you? Like, what was the thing in you that created a shift in you? Like, what did you do to change how you showed up for yourself in your own business?
Well, that's a big question. I did a whole lot, but if I can hone in,
Mm-hmm.
you know what? For a long time, I had been dampening my light
Mm-hmm.
to fit folks that was in my life. Let's get it straight. Was in my life. And now that standing in my giantness, I no longer have the desire to dampen
Mm-hmm.
my worth,
Mm-hmm.
my light, my purpose, my mission, me, because they no longer matter.
Yes.
No longer matter.
Yes.
And standing in Kathy, I really like Kathy. I love her to death. And each day, each day that I implement towards my goal, I love on Kathy
Yes.
even more.
Yes.
Just waking up with a smile, because I already know what goals I have to hit that very day. And being excited about hitting those goals as soon as I wake up.
Yes.
So, yes, stand in yourself
Yes.
and everything opens up for you.
That's right. It's true. It's true.
Mhm.
Well, I want to thank
Mhm.
you for your time tonight. Thank you so much for playing with short
You're
notice.
welcome.
I appreciate you.
I don't know how to get out of this thing.
Okay.
I don't know.
Say
Okay.
goodbye to everybody.
Bye. Bye, darlings.
Don't you just love her? You know what? She's amazing. She's amazing. I can do one more if anybody else wants to play, and then we're gonna pop off for the night. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I always have a lot of fun just kind of popping in, and maybe I'll try to do one of these early in the day when everybody's dressed and ready to go. I know sometimes I'm a night owl, so I like to come on in the evenings. And but if anybody else wants to play and pop in, then I'm happy to bring you on camera, and you can share with us, some aha that you have or takeaway that you have that really supports every single person in this community. You guys getting value tonight? I hope so, because there's so much knowledge here, so much talent, and so much wisdom, and that's what I love about you guys, is that you show up for one another, and that's what it takes, right, to be in a community of people who don't hold back, who show up for themselves, who are not apologetic about being brilliant and amazing and talented and educated and smart and accomplished, because you have to have a place for that too, right? You have to have a place where you have the opportunity to say those things. Anyone else want to play before I sign off tonight? I want to thank you. Did you guys get value tonight? Did you get value tonight? I hope so. I sure did. And as always, it is a joy to, to be able to see each and every one of you guys and to talk to you guys. I love you. I know it takes a minute on Facebook for me to hear you. So there's a slight delay. So I have to always kind of slow down my Baltimore accent just to make sure you're not writing me and I'm talking about something that's something else, okay? And I hope that you guys got value tonight. And I do hope that equally you will pick up the book, Think and Grow Rich, if you don't have it already, and that you'll get it and that you'll start to read it really and read it with your accountability partners. Read it for understanding and know that it really does hold the secrets, the keys for you to be able to realize. Yeah, thank you so much. Right, you came up with these two women sharing freely. Yeah, awesome. Um, so it really does hold the keys to whatever it is that you want to accomplish this upcoming year. It's a phenomenal book, and you know, I think it was written in the 1800s, so the language kind of represents that. But it's not a boring read; it's a deep read, and I encourage you guys, each and every one of you, to take the time to read that. Right, we want to elevate our thinking. You become your thoughts. Right, what you're living right now is a function of what you think. So that's why you want to make sure that what you read elevates what you think. Okay, so with that, I'm done. I want to thank you guys so much for your time. I appreciate you and I love you. Seems like there are no other players. I would pop in but can't see anything on here. Let's see. I think, Tawana, let's see. You have to click on my, I don't know what you have to just, I need to reread it. Yeah, you need to reread that book. I don't know. I think you need to click on one of my conversations here, and then it will allow you to add yourself, and then I can add you to the broadcast as well, right? So I don't think there's anything else that I can do. Let me see if there's something I can do. Oh, maybe. One second. If I see your name, Tawana, I might be able to do it. Yep. Did you get it? So Tawana, you may have it now. So if so, and if you're ready, no pressure, of course, you can just click the link that I just sent you, I believe. Okay. Don't you guys love technology? It's just like one of the most amazing things. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I think you should have it. I believe so. Okay. Oh, I think because my laptop. Okay. Oh, well, yeah. Yes, that's right. Okay. Yeah. I think you might have to be on your phone. I'm not sure about that. Okay. So I want to thank you guys for your time tonight. I appreciate you guys. And I will definitely try to. Technology is amazing. And I will try and pop back on, do one of these during the day when everybody's ready. Maybe I'll give you guys a heads up. I love you. Have a great and amazing night. Talk to you soon. Bye.